Hello there. Welcome to the Cytoscape data series plugin tutorial. So for starters, you need to have the Cytoscape data series plugin installed as well, of course, and you need a sample data. So link to the sample data is in the description or on the wiki page if you're there. So you should download it and unzip it, and open the example session, which contains a B subtilis regulatory network from the literature, and we want to enrich this with expression data from an experiment we found on the gene expression omnibus database. So the first thing is that we look at the actual regulatory network we have here, and we note that the nodes, the names of the genes, as we are interested in them, are in the gene name column. That's gonna be super important. Okay, so that's what we want to work with. So when we have the session, so we import a data series. So file import data series from soft file. The soft file is the format used by the gene expression omnibus, so we can easily use this. So and we have this data set downloaded. And so we open it, and we see a nice preview of what's gonna be imported. So the first thing is the name. So this is expression under potassium acetate. So we're gonna name it like it, and it's gonna be a time series, which means that the column names, the identifiers, will correspond to time steps. So we could have a named numeric series, which would be useful if, for example, we had a treatment and control group or like multiple conditions, so these kind of things. So then where we want the columns to not be ordered and to have string identifiers. But right now we know it's numbers, it's time. We will map the series to the current network after import, so we keep this checked. And now to the actual import parameters. So we notice that there are two columns with identifiers, which is kind of weird, but we don't want both, so we are happy with just one identifier. So we will not import all columns. We uncheck the ID ref column, and now we have only one, so we see row names. That's what the row names of the data series is gonna look like. Now, if I do import right now, there's one problem. It tells me that GSM 1328828 is not a number, and for index. So what's happening here? So we want a time series, so these should be numbers. Okay, so since it's not numbers, so we need to do manual index values, and we see here in the description that they correspond to 0, 10, 20, up to 50 minutes. So we put manual index values and see immediately the index values change. So one thing, if you're familiar with MATLAB, so you don't have to write that in full. So we could, if you like MATLAB, so we can write it as a sequence with step 10 and with 50, from 0 to 10 up to 50. So that's a MATLAB notation and can save you some time for logger series. Okay, so let's go ahead and import. And now we need to map the dot series to the network. So right now we have it imported, but it's not connected to the actual network. So we want to attach to net child. That's good. That's a smaller network to work with. We want to attach it to nodes because nodes represent genes. And we want to create a new column in the node table. That's all good. And now the only thing we need to change here is that we cannot use names. So if you notice, so names in the node table correspond to gene IDs, but our data series contains the gene names, and so that's the gene name column here. So we will match with gene name column. Press OK, and now when I select a node and click on the data series visual panel, so I see the time series attached to the node. And more so if I click on an edge, for example here, so I see the time series from both the edge source and the edge end. So now this is supposed to be a positive regulation, and the data kind of backs it up. So this peak is aligned, but here the ResD gene goes down while while YCIJ goes up. So that's kind of weird, and so we can explore a bit more. So we don't have data for all of those. For example, Artem has no data here, but for where we have data, we can check and explore things. Yeah, so like here, and see if this lines with what we expect from the regulatory network. So that's it. We have our network. We have it imported. Thank you for attention.